Unlock the secrets of Florence County's court history at your fingertips without spending a dime. Welcome to The Explainer. You're about to learn exactly how to access Florence County court records online completely for free. In this explainer, we'll guide you step by step through the entire process, ensuring you gain the invaluable skills needed to search court records efficiently right from your home. Whether you're tracing your family tree, running a background check, or just trying to navigate a legal matter, we're going to demystify how to find civil cases, criminal records, and family court filings. Okay, so let's quickly map out our quest for today. We'll start with the tale of two counties, then move on to preparing for your search, navigating the South Carolina Public Index, checking out the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access Portal, diving into probate and historical records, and finally wrapping up with some essential tips and ethics. Let's get into it. Part 1. The Tale of Two Counties. Now, before you even think about typing a single name into a search bar, we've got to solve a major geographical pitfall. It's a trap a lot of people fall into. You see, there are actually two entirely independent county jurisdictions named Florence County in the United States. Literally two completely different places. If you don't isolate the right one, you might be trying to run a background check on a potential hire in Wisconsin and end up reading the rap sheet of someone all the way down in South Carolina. No way we want that to happen. This right here brilliantly illustrates our dichotomy. On one side, we have Florence County, South Carolina, down in the northeastern PD region, which operates under the state's 12th Judicial Circuit. And on the flip side, we have Florence County, Wisconsin, located way up in the northernmost forested expanse of the state, utilizing a single trial court system. Since they both have totally independent state portals, the SC Public Index versus the WCCA, you absolutely must know which Florence County you're actually looking for. Which brings us to Part 2. Preparing for your search. Now that we know we have two completely different paths we could take, let's gather your tools. Taking a minute to prepare drastically improves your accuracy. Obviously, you'll need a computer and a reliable internet connection, but you also need your target's exact first and last name. And honestly, having precise details, like a date of birth, a middle initial, or a specific case number if you know it, is a total game changer. It prevents you from getting bogged down in false positive matches, especially if you're searching for a really common surname like Smith or Johnson. But hey, setting boundaries and expectations is also key here. While most court proceedings are completely open to public oversight, you've got to remember that under laws like the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act, certain records are heavily restricted. Highly sensitive files like adoptions, juvenile delinquency records, and dismissed warrants, they are strictly confidential and just will not appear in your search. Plus, private details like social security numbers or bank accounts are always redacted from public view, just to protect everyone's privacy. All right, Part 3, the South Carolina Public Index. Let's head down that first path into the PD region of South Carolina. This authoritative seal represents the state's unified court system. What that means for you is that the state actually provides a centralized, real-time access point to trial court dockets across all of its counties. So the absolutely crucial thing to master here is the South Carolina Public Index. Hosted on a platform called CMS Web, this is your main gateway to records in Florence County, which, by the way, is designated administratively as County 21. This is where you'll find criminal felony records in the Court of General Sessions, civil disputes over $7,500 in the Court of Common Pleas, and your family court summaries. Let's walk through the exact clicks. Step 1. Navigate to the South Carolina Judicial Department Public Records Case Search Portal. Step 2. Grab Florence County from the drop-down list. Now, Step 3. Actually, this is a huge stumbling block for a lot of people. You absolutely must read and click Accept on the disclaimer screen. If you don't do this, it won't set your browser session cookies and the search won't work. Step 4. Input your target's identifying criteria. And finally, Step 5. Hit Do Search. This generates a really nice interactive results grid. From there, you can just expand the record details by clicking the little plus button or the case number hyperlink to see the full case caption, the assigned judge, and the whole chronological timeline of docket transactions. And hey, keep in mind if the online database is acting up or just isn't returning what you need, you can always visit the Clerk of Court's office in person to inspect the physical files. For Florence County, South Carolina, you'll want to head over to the James Schofield Judicial Center at 181 North Irby Street. Sometimes taking a physical trip down to the courthouse is just the best troubleshooting method when you hit a digital wall. Moving right along to Part 4, Wisconsin Circuit Court Access. Let's travel way up north to Wisconsin. Over here, your ultimate tool is the WCCA portal, though pretty much everyone just calls it CCAP. This system is an absolute powerhouse. It integrates the entire case management network for all 72 counties across the whole state. The protocol for Wisconsin is just as streamlined. You'll navigate to wka.wiccourts.gov and accept their terms of use. Now listen up, this is absolutely critical. You must explicitly filter your geographic scope by selecting Florence from the county dropdown. If you skip this, you're going to be searching the entire state of Wisconsin. Next, enter your target's name, and I highly, highly recommend using the advanced parameters, like tossing in a date of birth or filtering by case type like criminal or small claims, just to weed out those false positives. Once you hit search, just click the case number hyperlink, and you can view a chronological listing of every filing, charge, and judgment. Section 5. Probate and Historical Records. Reuniting our two paths for a moment, let's talk about tracking down specialized documents. If you're on the hunt for a South Carolina estate file, probate actions are actually housed on a totally separate network managed by Icon Software. Okay, massive pro tip time. You have to enter case numbers perfectly on the South Carolina probate search portal. It requires a super strict 13-character string with absolutely no dashes and no spaces. So something like 2024 ES 2100450. If you add spaces, the system will just lock you out of seeing those estate statuses and historical marriage indexes. For all you genealogists and historical researchers tuning in, this treasure hunt goes way back. Florence County, South Carolina, wasn't even officially established until 1888. Since it was carved out from parent counties like Marion and Darlington, if you want records from before 1889, you've got to look into those parent counties or visit the South Carolina Department of Archives and History. They actually hold bound probate volumes dating all the way back to 1671. And if your search happens to cross over into federal territory, you can tap into the PACER electronic system, which holds civil records dating back to 1990. Finally, Part 6. Tips, Ethics, and our conclusion. As we start to wrap this up, let's talk about managing expectations. A question we get all the time is this really free? Well, yes and no. Docket summaries, hearing dates, and basic case information, that is completely free to view online. However, if you need an official, physical, certified copy of a full document, you're generally going to pay about $5 per document, while highly formalized, authenticated copies run around $20. You'll usually need to submit a formal written request or visit the clerk's office in person to grab those. And of course, we absolutely must emphasize this required legal and ethical disclaimer. This explainer is intended for informational purposes only. When you are accessing public records, you are personally responsible for maintaining privacy and confidentiality where applicable, and for the responsible sharing of this information. Never, ever use public records for harassment or illegal purposes. And please, always consult a legal professional or the appropriate authorities for specific legal advice or guidance regarding your own unique situation. Well, there you have it. You are now equipped with the exact tools you need to navigate both the South Carolina Public Index and the Wisconsin WWCA portal like an absolute pro. Public records truly are the bedrock of judicial transparency, giving every single citizen the power of oversight. So now that you hold the keys to these digital archives, it really begs the question, what forgotten stories or hidden histories are waiting to be uncovered in your own hometown?